Hello guys, today I'm going to be showing you Doomspire Brickbattle tips and tricks. Please subscribe to my channel because it helps me a bunch, and maybe leave a like because I'm trying to reach 20 subscribers. But 50 would also be nice. So, first I should do swords because I'm going in order. And so swords are mostly good for attacking, but they can also be used to double jump. So this is the height I jump with no sword. This is the height I jump when I double jump. And how you do this is you double click at the same time that you start jumping. Now, if you jump and then double click, it's not going to do much. Here's the difference between jumping and double clicking, and then jumping and double clicking at the same time. So here's jumping and double clicking at the same time. Gets me all the way up here. And then this is jumping and then double clicking. It also gets you pretty far, but if you do it too late, then it won't really get you the same height as jumping and double clicking at the same time. So that's the sword. Now we can move on to the slingshot. And the slingshot is really good for slingshot flying. If you time it just right, you can go up while doing it, but it's sort of hard. I don't know how I just go up the whole time, but if you time it right, you can go up instead of slowly going down. And it's very useful for attacking bases because you could really just fly over to them, and this way they can't defeat you while you're going on the path. So you could just jump in and go to the bottom of their base. And this brings us to rocket launchers. So let me just make a hole in the wall. The rocket launcher is mostly used to destroy bases, but so is the bomb. And you can also use the rocket launcher. Wait, let me get up. You can do the same thing that you do with the slingshot with the rocket launcher, but it's a little bit harder, and it blasts you instead of the slingshot. And sometimes it explodes you and makes you go in a random direction. But the rocket launcher is mostly used to defeat players and destroy bases. But if you point down and shoot yourself, you can blast yourself in any random direction that the game chooses. I'd recommend doing this and the slingshot jumping with shift lock switch on, so it's easier to do. And that's the rocket launcher. So now is the walls. So you could do something like this. If you're attacking a base, you could put a wall there and then slingshot jump onto the wall. And now that you're here, you can use your rockets and use your sword to get up onto there. And once you're up on here, you can get inside the base. I'm having some difficulty doing that. So, get inside of the base. And, well, I fell, but you get inside of the base and you start bombing it. So, mostly, you can do the wall for that, and also, there's something called Super Doomspire, and walls are more useful in that. But mostly, you can use them for doing, like, sort of rushing. For example, putting a wall here, going down, using your sword, and then landing on it and attacking inside of the base. So that's the walls. Now is the bomb, and you can use this bomb to fly over to another base, but you have to make sure to jump before the bomb explodes, or this happens, and it blasts you very far onto the void. unless you're very lucky, which doesn't usually happen, so you need to make sure to jump before you get blasted with the bomb. And also, the bomb is very useful for breaking bases. It's mainly used for breaking bases, but you can also do it to blast yourself. And you can jump high with the bomb to jumpstart yourself by placing the bomb at the same time you jump up into the air. Like this. And it blasts you super high into the air, and from there you can start slingshot flying, so let me do that. So you could get a high head start, and for example, I land here. You gotta be quick about this because of course people are gonna be attacking you, and then go into here. And yeah. So next is the super balls. They're very bouncy, and they can be used for defeating enemies. They don't really do too much, but they can also be used to do the same thing the slingshot does, like fly, but instead they have to reload, so you can't do it forever. You can only do it one time. The same thing the slingshot does. I horribly failed, but it is possible. So they can be used to attack players, and they have to reload. So I would say the slingshot is better to use if you want to do something like this to your enemies. So this can be used for the same thing, slingshot flying and attacking players. So the paintball gun doesn't really have any use. It can be used to color blocks, but that really isn't too useful. I think it only colors disanchored blocks. Like if I unanchor this, I think it'll be colorable. Let's see. Oh. Ah. Well, it can color blocks. So if I wanted to, I could just spend hours trying to color red base yellow, but I'm not going to do that right now. So this can also be used to damage players, and it can be used to do the same thing the slingshot can, but it is very hard. For example, I can't do it because it goes down faster, it flies down faster, so it's harder to do. But if you time it right, it is possible. So that's all the tips and tricks. And also, if you can rush a base, I would say the best way to rush a base is either like this. You bomb over to this base. Oop. Sometimes the bomb doesn't fully fling you because you're too far away from it. So that's what just happened to me. It happens to me a lot because I don't stand close enough to the bomb. Sword fly. Oh, just climb the ladder like a normal person. Ah. So use the bomb, stand close to the bomb, jump, fly, but don't fly so far. Ah. You can try and use a wall as a last try to save yourself from falling into the void. But it doesn't always work. Sometimes you miss the wall. I like to play this game in shift lock switch because it helps with a lot of things. So you can bomb over to the base and go inside and go all the way to the bottom. But the best way to do it is to make a wall. I mean, not the best way, but the best way in my opinion is to make a wall. Or you don't even have to make a wall. If you just rocket launch a hole in the base, you can just slingshot directly into the base. You don't need a wall to land on. But if you don't think you're going to make it, then you should use a wall. So I'm going over to green. And if you time it right, time it right, you can run directly into the base. So if you time it right, again, you can go up instead of down with the slingshot and actually gain height, but it takes sort of long. So it's better to just make a wall and then fly, bomb fly. But you can go up with the slingshot. So if you're too slow to make a wall and you don't think you can make it, then you can just keep slingshotting until you get up, or you can just jump straight into the void and die and just respawn in your base and try again. So here I am, almost reaching the top. Oh, I fell down. Also, I forgot to mention, while you're slingshot flying, you can use your sword to gain a little bit of height. But that's really all you can do with this. And I fell into the void. You can't do it forever, but it would be best if you got in a private server maybe, and just flew as far as you could. Like, for example, just bomb up. Oh. I messed up there. You just bomb up. Use the bomb jump. And you start slingshotting. This is good practice. Straight into the void, or wherever you want to go, and just see how long you can do it. And you can go longer and longer, and if you do it, your fingers will just get used to it. And if you're like really good at this game and you play it every day, it's good to be able to do this for a long time. This is my favorite trick to use in Doomspire Brickbattle, and I think I should be ending the video. That was all the tips and tricks that I know, but there could be new updates that add new ones. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and leave a like, because it really helps grow my channel. I'm trying to reach 20 subscribers, so I'd really appreciate if you subscribed. And, yeah, bye. Dies.